ACCUSTATS Video Productions presents from Louisville, Kentucky, the first annual Derby City Classic. Along with my friend Grady Mathews, I'm Bill Incardona, and this is the finals of the one-pocket division, Grady.
Yes, it is. 150 players, wasn't it, to begin with?
150 players, and the gentleman that you see on the monitor, Tang Hoa.
And look at that inscrutable countenance.
Yes, sir, that's exactly right. Look at him. The only player in the tournament left that has the option to buy back in.
All right, yeah, let's explain that. Instead of the traditional double elimination format, this event features every player having the option to buy back once during the tournament. And Tang Hoa is the only player to not have lost a match. At any rate, this is a 3 out of 5, and Tang Hoa has already defeated Shannon Daulton, Nick Varner, Efren Reyes, and Cliff Joyner.
And he's got another opportunity to defeat none other than the magician, Efren Reyes, who is, by the way, the only other player left in the tournament, but he does have a loss.
And I think we already mentioned that this is a 3 out of 5, did we not?
3 out of 5. In order for Reyes to win the tournament, he has to beat Tang Hoa 2 consecutive sets of 3 out of 5.
You know, I've slowed down a lot ever since I jumped the table on the leg. I haven't been quite right since. Just kidding. All right, Efren wins a leg, and here we go. Of course, the initial break is somewhat of an advantage playing a short race like this, because if it gets down to hill, the winner of the leg will have the final break.
Yeah, I would think it is somewhat of an advantage. It could be a tremendous advantage, depending on how well the balls are breaking.
And Tang Hoa has not won easily, though. Most of his wins have come via the 3-2 score. So he's had to fight and battle and be patient and show intelligence. Well,
actually, that says a lot for Tang Hoa's character.
Sure.
You know, even though you may have won by the narrowest of margin, at least you have the the tenacity and the guts to pull out.
I can't tell how much of the 5 he can hit here. He's got a lot of options here, though. The 9 and the 12 some kind of way, and during that attempt he could also try to make the 13 with the cue ball, but I don't think that's too wise. He's looking at banking the 5 into the 7 ball, but the 2 blocks a good portion of that, and he doesn't have a full pocket for the 9 ball.
Well, evidently he can hit enough of the 5 ball to do something with it, and I think that's mainly his concern right now, is getting out of the break and at the same time maybe doing something a little offensively. Which
well, if he could hit the left side of the 5, it's not too bad a shot to knock the 5 back to where the cue ball is, roughly, and the cue ball one rail with a touch of left English and gently move the 12 out.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Now they can take a look at the way the balls are positioned. There are 3 balls on Tang's side of the table and 1 in his pocket. Therefore, now the ball positioning is somewhat neutralized.
Well, there isn't anything that goes here. Now, the shot I like here is using low right English and hitting the 12 ball one rail into the 10 ball, and the cue ball over to the side rail and back down on the end rail. Anything that he does here with this 2 ball is risky. There's no room to wedge behind that 12 from that great a distance and a strange angle.
Well, maybe it's a little risky him banking the 12 into the 10, where he could hit the other side of the 12 very softly, hitting the thickness of the ball and trying to reposition the cue ball somewhere behind the 9, cutting off
well, if he does that, Efren will just move to 7-5 and...
well, I'm saying use the 9 as a blocker if he can get the cue ball close enough to the 9.
Well, okay, yeah, that wouldn't be a bad shot.
At least he can walk away from the tables doing something simple where he really can't lose the game with.
And he got a little fortunate because that's not what he attempted to do. He got very lucky in pocketing the 13 ball, I thought.
He's trying to press the issue a little bit here. If I were him, I'd feel fortunate or kind of glad that I was able to pocket a ball and change the position drastically.
Exactly.
So therefore, you know, why bite off more than you could chew right here? And I think you should go ahead and just take the 12 out of the position that it's in now. He's determined to shoot this shot. He's going to open up the balls and he's going to allow Efren at the table. And if Efren can back cut that 12, he may run out if Tang opens the balls here. Yes, I think he's starting to think a little bit wiser now. Oh, that's a good shot.
Well, I don't know if it is or not.
I don't believe he can
has
bank
room.
this. I don't believe he can bank the 7.
No, but he can bank the 9. Now he can dig into the cue ball with low right English and play position to bank the 7 next, I believe. Or he could come back into the stack, but a better shot.
Well, don't forget, he's going to be shooting over the stack here, and he's going to have to stretch in order to put low right English. So this particular shot plays very difficult.
Well, let's see what he decides to do. That looks like a good shot to me. Or sometimes I'll play this shot, and he's looking at that, but you're right, it is a bit of a stretch for him.
So he's going to passively come off the 2, repositioning the cue ball on the bottom cushion. So actually, what Tang has gotten out of the break, the balls are now neutralized.
Well, he hit this a little easy. He didn't want him to be able to see the 2 or 10.
Yeah, he seems to be playing a little laxed out there. At least the last match he seemed that way. He was able to defeat Varner after falling behind 2-0.
There's a couple of ways to play this. He could hit the 2 ball out of there, the cue ball to the rail and back into the stack, or he could just hit the 2 ball out of there, or he could hit the 2 into the 12, but the 2 into the 12 doesn't lay quite right.
The 2 into the stack, I believe, offers him the best chance of coming back to the table with an offensive shot, or at least doing something offensively, if he's able to control the 2 ball, the cue ball, that is.
That looks like a pretty easy shot to me to do.
If he can...
that stack's pretty wide there.
Yeah.
If he wants to... Of course, this is all right, too. That's not bad.
Reyes is looking at the 12 or the 1. He wants to do something offensively, but those 3 balls that Tang Hoa has in front of his pocket, or I should say close to his pocket, is going to probably stop Efren from doing anything offensively. That's what was so big about the first shot he shot.
Oh, true. Well, I don't see much that's here of an offensive nature unless he decides to just go all out to play the 1. Which maybe that's what he's going to do. Or he could 2-rail a 12 too, but well, I don't know here. I think he shoots the 5, but maybe not. If he elevates the cue and tries to play position on the 7, he could miss it. And if he goes forward, he could hit the 7.
Yeah, he's been playing so well. I like him shooting the 5 with elevation. If he hits it well, he might be able to steal the first game here. Since he's the underdog, since he is the underdog in this match, I think that he went for the right shot.
I don't think that's a right shot at all, and he got lucky there. He doesn't hit the 9 or leave an easy bank on the 9.
Well, he had an opportunity. Efren played right into his strength, and that is pocketing balls. And therefore, he has to send a message to Efren, hey, you can't play me that way. Had he pocketed the 5 ball, Efren would have been, had second thoughts about playing him that way again. And I like what he did. Even though he missed it, I still like what he did.
Okay, well, it's hard to find fault with it, especially the way it ended up. I'm merely saying that the balls didn't even favor Efren, and a little patience might have been in the order of the day.
Yeah, well, he really didn't have what you could call a pretty good defensive shot.
Oh, he didn't even look for one. I saw 3 or 4 possibilities there. Well, see, shots like this are tough against Efren because he can make anything.
Yeah, but what he's doing is okay. If he can reposition the cue ball close enough to that back cushion in the area that he's standing in.
Yeah, but you got to make sure he doesn't let him see the 1. I wouldn't worry about the 10 ball too much because I don't think he can shoot the 10 ball.
But the problem with the 5 is that the 9's in back of the 5, and he's going to have a problem clearing the 9 with the cue ball. So therefore, if that's the case, he should think twice about what he's going to do here.
Well, he's got some other options. He could thin the 7, go over on the other side of the table.
Yeah, I think that that would be a bad shot. Just don't put it too far out of play.
Right, I'd be happy to get it. Now, I don't like this.
He's going to kick the 1. He can lose the cue ball here.
You can leave a bank on the 7 so easily there.
Yes, he could.
And it's hard to tell from here whether he left it or not.
I don't believe he's left him a bank on the 7. He may be able to see the bottom part of the 7.
Our ball count is currently 0-0.
And I don't believe Efren can shoot the 2.
No, it takes a good hit just to even make that possible, because he'd have to come very close to the 12 ball and apply a touch of right English to the 2 ball. The 7 into the stack is a possibility. But I like what he did there.
Okay, now if Tang leaves Efren in the same spot, now he can shoot the 2. Well, the 7's tied up.
Well, I just go into the 15 ball here with, and I'd try to come back to the end rail, but not far enough where I leave my shot on the 14.
If he goes into the 15 ball, why couldn't he come back into the stack again? You know what I mean?
Well, there's nothing to gain there.
Yeah, well, he's not going to leave any offensive shot if he comes
the
back
8
into
goes.
the stack.
A lot of times you hit that a little bad, the cue ball slips out above the 8 and you leave a shot. Well, he did your shot only with the 3 ball, and that's, I think, a better shot.
Well, whichever ball he opted to go off of, I think coming back to the stack cuts off a lot of the offense that Efren has, out there. You really can't allow Efren to have that first offensive shot as accurate as he is.
He's looking at thinning the 3 ball, going over to the side rail and back down on the end rail.
No,
low right English.
He wants to protect against the 3. Well, he didn't do that.
Well, Tang Ho doesn't have a bank on the 8. The 10 ball's in the way of that.
Well, I'll tell you a shot I like. I like shooting the 2 into the 12 and following the cue ball down table.
Okay, well, it's hard to find fault with that.
Taking 2 balls away from Efren's side of the table. He positioned the cue ball really nicely there.
Well, Efren's probably going to shoot this 6 ball easily.
But the only problem with the shot he shot, he kind of like took balls away from his side of the table.
Right.
You know, he did a little bit of Efren's work for him, but he did reposition the cue ball nicely, so the shot really wasn't a total loss. Now, if you notice Tang's side of the table, there's nothing on his side of the table.
Well, he can move some furniture here, though.
No, he should have tried to snuggle the cue ball up against the stack.
Yeah,
there.
and hide the 6. Because in a minute here, in fact, he could do it right now. He could 2-rail the 6, trying to miss the 10 ball and just stop the cue ball. And this might accidentally end up awfully close to his pocket. And I'd be more concerned with missing the 10 ball with the 6 than anything else, like this, right? Now, this could go or end up close to his pocket. Yeah, I thought it was critical for Tang to not let Efren see that 6 ball.
Okay, now the 3 ball does bank, but does he have the angle to hold the cue ball and play shape for the 6?
He's got it. He has to make sure he doesn't come all the way down to the end rail, because if he does that, there's a kiss possibility.
And does he have the touch to control the 3 ball in the event that he misses it?
Well, I don't know. This is a very one-pocket-like shot, and he's fairly new to this discipline. So he's going to elect to just knock the 2 on his side and cue ball down to the end rail.
Just barely made it far enough down table.
Yeah.
To stop Efren from shooting the 6.
It wouldn't have taken much there, a half-inch or so up the table, and Efren could play it. It still might be twistable, but he couldn't control the cue ball, and tough shot, so he's not going to decide to do that.
Efren's got to be careful careful here too, because if he shoots the 6, the 2, he may leave a shot on the 6.
Well, if I had an angle on the 2 where I could do it, I'd like to send the cue ball past the side and just knock the 2 ball, over on my side of the table. And I
Well,
wouldn't.
it looks like the kiss might be there.
Well, right, or the point. So that's what I'm saying. I can't tell, but he might be able to use a little left English and get by the side pocket, right? He doesn't want to hit hard enough to go down by the 9 or sell out the 9. Well, I don't know that I like that. Didn't he leave Tang a shot, a pretty good shot here that he can do a couple of things with?
Well, he can bank it and draw the cue ball back.
Yeah, or he might have an angle to use high inside English. He's got to be careful not to make it. He doesn't want to make it.
He would have liked it, got it a little closer to the pocket. This ball is bankable here.
Yeah, right. I know it is.
Yeah, and Efren's going to go into the stack, it looks like, if he opts to bank this. If I was Efren, I'd shoot this shot.
Yeah, and you don't draw this, ladies and gentlemen. You use right English, but you do not draw it. Drawing it can cause you to go around the stack. He would be happy to hit anywhere on the right side of the stack as we view it on the monitor. Well, he drew it a little bit and elected to stay completely away from the stack, but I don't know that I like that. Now, Efren needs to remember, if he wants to win this prestigious title, that Tang Ho's a great shot maker himself. And, shots like this aren't going to be that difficult for him. Now, he can play position for the 9 here, I believe, don't you?
Yeah, he's going
low
forward.
Left English.
He's going forward.
All right, well, if he goes forward, it's position on the 1 or bank to 6.
No, maybe the 13.
Or maybe the 13. I didn't think it did.
Well, he'll probably shoot the 1 here.
Well, you have to, especially the way the balls are laying here.
Right.
I wouldn't try to go into the stack here.
No. The shot's difficult enough. Maybe he could just go straight down table.
Yeah. Or he might even be able to spin into the outside of the 6 here. Or he's decide, what are you doing, Tang? Well, that was an awfully cavalier effort on his part. Well, Efren has an angle here, I believe. If he's got enough cut on the 6 ball, he can go 2 natural rails into that 4 ball cluster. An ideal would be if you could catch the 7 ball. High, left English. 1, 2. Excuse me, if the rightness of my diagnoses become too appalling, let me know and I'll desist.
I don't know if he's gotten the shot. It looks like it's pretty close.
Well, he handles this type of situation about as well as anybody in the world.
He does
maybe
have
better.
a shot. He's straight in.
All right. Well, he's going to use low English here, cutting the ball. He's going to hit the 7 here.
That's a scratch.
I don't believe that. There's no rail there. Is that? Man, you want to talk about the unlikely and the implausible. What are the odds of him not getting a rail there?
That was a big thing.
Well, sure, it's huge. Contrast it with him making the ball. He may be out. How many does Tang need? He's got 2 or 3 balls, I believe.
I don't think so. 4, 6, 10, 12, 13. Now there's 2 missing now. He may have 2 now. He's got straight in on the 6. He's got to be careful here. He's got to be very careful in this shot.
Watch out for the side.
And he cannot hit the 13. He's going to have to kick the 13 in. This should be a fairly
Well, this is
easy ball.
some game here. I'm seeing some supernatural happenings that I had not expected. Now, he has to be careful here. Don't hit it so easy that it lengthens out. Good shot, good shot.
That was a near hit.
Well, this is quite a game. It's had a bit of almost everything.
I believe the score is 3-1 in favor of Tang in the first game.
You're right.
And if he's able to break service here, he'll have to break in the second game.
That's huge. Boy, what a break he got, and Efren not even getting a rail there.
And it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. Yeah, of course it could have. Well, the balls weren't laying too good anyway. But he probably would have gotten a couple of more balls if he doesn't end up straight in on that 6 ball. Okay. Well, how about hitting the 12 fairly easy and
Yeah, that's a good shot. Just roll that softly on the 12. Just knock it down by the pocket.
I don't usually worry if I've got a 1 or 2 ball lead about my opponent. Oh, brother. Now that is hard to believe. Now I play position on the 1 here, not the 15. Just floated over there, just beyond the right-hand side pocket. Good shot. Okay, did he end up exactly straight in?
He's near the cushion here, about a quarter of an inch off the cushion. Really can't do much with the cue ball.
Well, he hits this type of follow shot better than anybody in the world, in my view, and a lot of that has to do with his great billiard ability. Yeah, he played a guy in Detroit, and Efren beat him handily, a good billiard player. And I was asking, Efren's opponent afterwards, I said, well, what did he do to beat you? How did he play? And he said, well, we played 4 games. He averaged 2, but I don't like the way he plays. I said, really? I said, well, I've seen lots of 9-ball players over the years too, that technically, they wouldn't win any awards, but they get the job done. All right, 3 balls apiece. And that's the kind of electrifying player he is. If he'd have laid in there behind the 11 ball, everybody in this room would have thought that's the greatest shot they ever saw.
I'd like to see Tang shoot the 8 here. That shot seems to be lying pretty nice.
Yeah, it does. I'm going to put a little pepper on this shot, too. I'm not going to just roll it. Well, if it doesn't go, he left Efren a shot.
Well, he left Efren another shot.
Well, he's going to have to, quit doing this if he wants to have a chance to win. He's already given Efren 2 or 3 good shots, and normally the game's over with if you do that. I'm going to draw this back to the end rail and back up for the 15 ball. Low right English.
And he'll just pocket the 15, drop nicely down table for the bank on the 8.
Right.
And if he's able to put both balls down, he'll have then a 6-3 advantage in game number 1.
Okay. Well, I like just going over for the bank on the 11 or 12 here. Nothing fancy. 2 rails just like this. And the ball count is 6-3. Now he can shoot the 11 here and go 2 rails underneath the 9-14. I think that's his best shot. So he'll use a high ball with right English. Just like this, but he's not going to make it, I don't think. Oh, maybe he did, okay. Didn't look like it was going to go.
Well, now he needs 1 ball.
Right, he needs 1. But he doesn't have the same opportunity here. He's got to use a ton of left English here.
And if he happens to get a kiss here, the cue ball will then be in line for Tang Ho, because he'll kiss it over toward the...
I don't even know if I would shoot this, Billy. Seems to me like he's got more to lose than he does to gain. I'll tell you what, that shot there was really fraught with peril. Oftentimes that 12 will escape into a pocket somewhere and come up on the spot. And had that been the case, he could have maybe played position on the 9-14, banked the 10 in, and really made it fascinating.
This is a tough shot to shoot here.
He's going to cross this. Now, I don't know about this.
That's why it was tough to shoot, because of the spot ball.
Well, he's trying to make too much out of his shots, is the way I kind of analyzed his first game. And he sold out 2 or 3 times in so trying. I mean, he's had some golden opportunities to break service here in game number 1. All right, he missed it. How about that?
No, he's not playing well. He still is not playing well. You know, he didn't play particularly well against Varner, but was able to come back from a 2-0 deficit. In this first game here against Tang Hoa, he's made a couple suspect shots.
Well, I think he has to shoot here. It's just a question of what he wants to do with the cue ball. Got some options. Follow it with right English and float behind the 9-14, but I think the 10 blocks everything from going over there. Well, he crossed it, okay. Well, at least he's
taking care of the cue ball nicely. And it looks like Reyes is probably going to have to give him this ball.
Well, he can double kiss that out of there. Cutting it thinly to his right with left English. It's a perfect angle for that.
He might scratch with it too, though. You know, he only needs one ball.
Well, that won't happen often on there.
He only needs one ball. Well, this is a pretty risky shot, too.
Well, it's okay if you're Efren. He'll make this more than he misses it. Nice shot. All right, 1-0 advantage, Efren Reyes.
All right, Tang Hoa is going to exercise his option in taking a break, and we'll also take a break and be back in a moment. Tang Hoa just stepped back into the tournament area, and now he'll rack the balls in preparation to breaking them in game number 2. He trails 1-0 in a race to 3.
I always like to watch to see where my opponent breaks from, how hard he hits it, what kind of English he uses, what kind of results he gets, to see if I'd like to change things or attempt the same break that he did. Now, Efren broke them pretty respectably. Now, Tang really got lucky there.
Got very lucky there, and he knows it, so he feels a little guilty about it.
I don't know how guilty he feels. But that being said, though, what do you like for Efren here?
Well, if the 9 wasn't there, I know what I would like, but the 9's there, and it changes the situation entirely. Efren's really in a tough spot here. You know what he could do? He could very thinly cut the 6 toward his pocket and reposition the cue ball in the stack area.
I don't know. That seems pretty tentative and difficult to me.
Well, okay, what do you have in mind?
Well, if he's got room underneath the 7 ball, I like going to the rail, hitting the 5 ball, and knocking it back about 6 inches and putting the cue ball right over around the first diamond on Tang's side of the table.
Well, he doesn't have room for that shot.
Okay, if he doesn't have room for that, that's different. He's going to have to do something, though.
Okay, what do you have in mind?
Well, I don't know here.
So you don't like a tentative shot now? I kind of like it. Just cut it toward your pocket softly and position the cue ball in the stack. Well, he didn't like that tentative shot, and he may lose game number 2.
Well, Tang needs to be careful here.
Well,
he's going to check and see if there's any dead ones in that 5-ball cluster. But if he shoots the 8 and plays position on the 2-ball, see, he's looking, that's right. Play position on the 10 here. And then, according to how, well, he's going to have to play for the 2 next, maybe. But I'd try to stay on the inside of this 10 here. Like this. That's a nice shot. Now he can come down for the 7-15.
Yeah, I like coming down.
Well, shooting the 2 next is no good.
I like coming down because you have a lot more potential coming down.
Well, sure, sure.
You know, you can get the 7 or the 15 and then maybe even bank the 6. If you get stuck a little bit, you can go back up for the 2, go into the 4. You can get out if you come down.
Be real
much
careful
easier.
he doesn't lay behind the 6 on the rail there where he has no shot.
No, he stayed around for the 2. I don't like that at all.
Well, I don't know what he's going to do here. Now he has to bank the 15 next. or risk missing the 2-ball, right?
I don't know what he did there. He really should have thought about coming down the table for the 7 and 15.
Well, now he's unhappy at where the cue ball ended up.
If he's forced to shoot the 2, he's going to shoot over the over the 9, and that's going to.
Well, I wouldn't play position for the 3 here. I'd float forward for the bank. I think he's going to do that, but a little different kind of stroke.
Well, now
he doesn't even have a shot.
He's lost his market on the bank. He should have, before shooting that shot, he should have walked down this end of the table to take a look at what was available.
Now he doesn't even have a shot. He can't bank the 7 or the 15 or the 3. What's he trying to do here? Oh, you can't get underneath that thing. I don't believe. Well, I don't know what's possessing him here.
Well, he really didn't leave much but the 9. He'll probably shoot the 9 here.
I think he's got room to cut the 6 just a touch to his left, and with a nice firm stroke, punch the cue ball over to his right side of the 15 ball. I think he's got that much angle. Like that. And now if you're Tang Ho, you're not likely to return to the table
Well,
this game.
he's had some real good chances here the first 2 games.
Most certainly.
And the more time he blunders, the less likely he is to do well when he gets back to the table.
Now that's perfect because he floats down for the 3-7. Now, unless he gets a perfect angle on the 3 ball, his plan, if I'm not mistaken, will be 9, the 3-7 in either order, and then the 13. All right, he didn't get perfect, so he can play 3-7-11 or 7-3-11. Either one of those is okay. Or he can try once more to get perfect on the 3 by shooting the 7 first. I kind of like this. Pretty hard to go wrong. Wants to stay slightly below the 3, but he didn't do it. All right. So he's going to have to play the 11 the 3 rather, and then the 11. The reason he's unhappy is because when he shoots this 11, he can't get position. Now he's unhappy, wanted to go a little farther. He did want to give himself the option of drawing into the 12 first and then the 1.
Oh, he's still playing a little roughly out there, and his speed's off, and that's something that you rarely see.
How many balls did Tang make? 3? Hard to tell what the ball count is. Well, I don't know how many he needs. If he needs 2, then he could play position for the 13 next. If he needs more than 2, that I don't know. That's a little different story. But none of that is bankable. He cannot break the balls out, so he needs to play the 11 and then the 13. Whether he go for a bank or he try to get where he can just shoot it in the pocket. All right, he played for the bank on the 14 ball, or just to play a safety. So it's a free shot on the 14, provided he hits it hard enough to get back up the table if he doesn't make it.
Why wouldn't he just follow it then?
He could, yeah, he could do that. But I wouldn't want to tempt Tang Ho to make a cross-corner bank on the 13 or leave him a crossing bank on the 14 or do something cute with those 3 balls. I'd rather just bring it back this way and make him break up the 1-4-12 or something of that nature. All right, he did elect to go up the table. And boy, he struck it ever so nicely.
Yeah, I think he's able to hit the object well a little more accurately also.
If Tang has 3, then Efren is out.
No, Tang has 4. He apologizes.
Well, I don't believe he can shoot this 12 here.
He might come close to scratching here.
Well, I didn't like that shot at all. He could easily have given Tang a good bank or something, right?
Yeah.
Well, now he's got to thin the one and try to freeze up on a 12. I don't see anything else. Try to make it where he cannot hit the 4 ball. No, he didn't get it there.
Yeah, well, he did pretty
okay.
good.
Well, I don't know what he's looking at here. He could cross the 1 and put the cue ball up there by the far left-hand corner. I don't see anything good he can do with the 4 ball. Do you?
No, he'll probably end up crossing the 1 here. Or he'll just shoot the 4 toward the side pocket and leave the bank on the 12 as stiff.
Well, look at this. Well, I'll tell you what.
Well, he's not playing real well, you know.
No. Now, this is kind of interesting because there's no way that he can go into the 12 with the cue ball that he figures to get a shot.
You know, he don't have to go into the 12. You know, he can play a position for the bank on the 12. I don't know. He's looking to bank the 12 now.
Yeah, and I'd want about the angle that he has now, but I would want to be closer to it.
He's looking to bank the 12 now.
Oh, you have to run Whitey all over the table.
I don't think so. He could probably bank the 12 and go back downstream for the 113 possibly.
Really, that's a thin hit. Makes the cue ball travel very quickly. You'd have to draw it with inside left English. It's really tough. Well,
he could bank this.
Yeah, he can bank it, yeah.
And it looks like the cue ball will go down for the 1 too, it looks like to me.
Well, he's got to draw it.
I don't like with outside English.
No, you can't use outside. No, there's a kiss if you use outside. Well,
see, now he can make this.
All right.
So he could go down there for, look at this. Look at this.
Well, my friend, you know, we have to admit it. Now, Efren, not to knock him, I mean, he's the greatest player in the world probably. He probably deserves a bit of this because he had every opportunity to just totally put this game away. Right? You play for the 1-railer here or the 2-railer, depending on how much angle he's got on his 13. All right, he elected to play for the 2-railer. Now, I'm going to miss this short if I miss it, not long. And I'm going to pull a cue ball over on the left-hand side of the table where I do not leave a free bank. This is low left English. He'll bring the house down, incidentally, if he pockets this.
You got to hit it hard enough.
Oh, you got to hit it to the pocket. That saying in golf, never up, never in. Now, for all we know, that may be the only good shot on the last ball he gets this game.
Be a pretty big game for Tang Ho.
Oh, it's an enormous game.
And if he doesn't win this game, he's really in trouble in the first
set. A confidence restorer.
I think for the most, mostly it's for the, like you said, a confidence restorer.
He's going to kick to the end rail. 1 rail. Right-hand English. That's a good shot.
Well, Tang should just roll the 1 in then.
Exactly.
You shouldn't try anything fancy here. Don't kick the 1. You leave a return shot too often. Just roll it in. That leaves a return shot too often.
No, it doesn't. Well, it will sometimes. He didn't that time.
No, not that time. But, you know.
But you see, even so, you know the shot I like here is just knocking the 1 to the middle of the end rail.
Yeah.
And the cue ball up the table.
Good speed.
And you put your opponent in a little bit of trouble. Just like this, right? Mm-hmm. Now, this is a tough shot here.
Mm-hmm.
Either side of the 1 that Tang hits, he's got a problem here.
Yeah, well, he can hit the he can bank it up to his right with inside English, or he can go behind it.
Well, on new cloth, that's rough. I like kicking behind it, but you got to hit it at the right angle.
That's a good shot. That's a real good shot.
Boy, he got it just right to where
shot.
This is extra tough. Now, I'm not going to shoot this. You have to elevate the cue a little bit.
Yeah, too difficult for shot
it's
to
a
shoot.
thin cut.
You might get a kiss.
You just knocked the one over on your side of the table and
inside English, a little bit inside English.
Well, inside or outside, according to you, doesn't make any difference really about that, as long as you don't scratch 2 rails or something.
Inside English, you can never scratch. That's a good shot.
Yeah, now you should roll it towards the pocket. No, if he goes rail first here, this isn't the best angle in the world. Awful easy to miss-hit this.
Look, he might have corner hooked him. No, he didn't corner hook him now, but he may have corner hooked him. It was close. If the one stays on this side, he would have corner hooked him.
Efren tried to body English that cue ball into the pocket. Of course, it would not have worked.
He seems to be in a little trouble here. It's very easy for him to give up a shot here.
Well, if he can't hit the left side of the one, which he was able to.
Oh, I didn't think he could hit that side of the one. Look at this. Look at the cue ball.
Well, he may corner hook Tang. Well, you got to take a scratch, but you can only take one. Now, Efren takes a scratch. The problem, though, here is that now you got to take a kick at the one, and the 2 balls that are on the spot come into play, because now instead of going to the end rail, he's got to go to the side rail first. Now, I play systems for this. I'd empty my pockets and bet I hit this one ball. I might not get it safe or anything, but I'm sure going to hit it. Now, if you take, you can't take 2, Tang. Have you lost your mind? You're going to shoot from 2 fouls from deep in the bowels of that.
Think about it.
Yeah, no kidding. If he wants to shoot from 2 there, he's...
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with putting the cue ball over there, but I can't let him see the one.
Actually, that wouldn't be a bad shot.
No, there's nothing wrong with putting the cue ball over there.
Well, I like the kick shot. Left English, medium speed, try to hit the side rail first. Like that.
Hey, what a shot.
Great shot.
What a shot.
Great shot.
Touché.
Well, there's 2 corner hooks in a row. Pretty interesting. They need 2 balls apiece, too, right? Well, boy, both of these guys have excellent command of their body English. Did you notice that?
Yes.
Everybody thought I was crazy, and I proved that Siegel could make an object ball masse with body English.
Well, he seems to have done it enough times.
Yeah.
I mean, that couldn't have been all skill.
Well, I love that about one pocket. You want to talk about a give and take there, and a couple of momentum changes real quickly. You couldn't ask for any more than that.
Well, he's going to want to pocket this and position the cue ball near that bottom cushion, sort of like almost in the center of the bottom cushion. Come on, you got to be thinking here. You got to get the cue ball further across than that. You want to get almost parallel to the 13.
That makes it tough if you do. If you get parallel, it's rough.
Now you just allowed him at the table to shoot something natural.
Yeah, with right English here, he'll simply glide off the right side of the 13 like this.
And balls favor his side of his pocket now too.
Well, they won't for long, because he can knock the 13, 14 out of there and get them both on his side like this.
No, you want to hide him from the 13.
Well, this is a pretty good shot here that he made. Did the one end up dead? I can't tell. No, it's not dead. Well, Billy, rolling a ball like this 13, it's awfully easy to get in trouble. I don't care who you are or what kind of speed you have. I think he's better off to make a good hit off one of these closer object balls.
Looks like he's left him a shot on the 1 here.
Well, what he has to watch here is that he does not go through to 1 ball and scratch.
And considering the position of the cue ball, if that angle suggests that that's a possibility.
And
I don't know if I would even shoot it.
I don't know if I'd shoot it either, because the 13 ball looms as an easy cross-corner attempt for Efren if he happens to get the 1 ball on the end rail rather than the side rail. And that's a hard hit to make under pressure.
Okay, now if the 1 ball lays on the scratch angle, I try to just shoot the 14 to the left of the 1 softly and just reposition the cue ball near the side pocket.
Right, before the side pocket.
Yeah, good
point.
Pocket.
And that makes it tough for Efren. He's not going to have a shot. He's surely not banking the 14. No.
No.
All right, we're going to look at Tang Ho's body English. Watch this. He's corner hooked. He's kicking at it.
What a shot. Look
Hey, that leg kick. I didn't know that was there. Oh, there we go. All right. That's a catchy smile, too.
We're going to see him hit this with some speed, it looks like.
Well, he's going to go 2 rails, come back between the 13 and 1. And he hit it perfectly. Well,
I don't see Tang Ho actually shot the 14 to the right of the 1. I didn't think he needed to do that.
No, he didn't do that. You hit it easier than that and control the 14 ball. And that's going to cost him the game. And just like this, Efren goes ahead 2 games to none.
Well, it's not out of it yet. I mean, Efren didn't win it yet. That's right. I should have said. Tang Ho can crack the break here, then he'll break him in the 4th game, and then put a lot of pressure on Efren in the 5th game, because Efren needs to beat him 2 sets in a row.
Well, he's had an opportunity to win both of these first 2 games. Take a look at the Efren break. And he broke him awfully well. Well, I don't know here. He's probably going to have to go off the 5 ball and try to do something towards the 10 with the cue ball. But, of course, on the other hand, how do you defend the 5 and 6, the 8 and 6 ball if you do that? Oh, he can go off the, can he hit the left side of the 4?
I think he can hit the 15 ball and drop underneath the 10.
Okay. Or the 4, one of the 2.
Well, yeah, if he can hit the 4, that would be a better
What I try
ball.
to do with this shot, Billy, is I try to move the thin ball at least 2 or 3 inches. Just get it away from so close to my opponent's pocket.
I don't understand why he doesn't come off the 15 here.
Well, the 4's in the way. Maybe he can't get to the rail
I don't know
if he does
about that.
Well, it's hard to tell.
No, he's trying to hit rail first or something like. I don't believe that the 4's in the way.
Well, you may be right. I don't know. I wouldn't take a scratch if that's what he's looking at. There's no place to take a scratch. In fact, that's an excellent break. There are no 2 balls frozen together.
I believe it's just natural coming off the 15, getting it underneath.
Well, if I did go off the 5, I go to the side rail with left English, try to spin into the 10 with a nice medium
Well, if
speed.
you don't move the 8 here.
Like this. That's what I would try to do.
Well, he left him a bank on the 13.
He sure did.
He
It
made
might
a
not
good
be
shot,
totally natural, though. The point may be what he has to hit to make this bank natural. So he'll roll it with a high ball, touch the left English. If it goes, fine. If it doesn't, that's okay, too. Or he'll hit it firm. Oh, that's a good shot. He's got the 10 ball. Now, I don't know that he can, he's going to have to play position on the 14 ball here, I believe. I don't believe he can get back underneath the... Oh, he's got another shot here. He's got that 12 ball, it looks like. A keyhole between the 3 and 11 with the cue ball. 11 ball now. All right. He's got 2. The 11 ball is 3. He can play position for the 14. Or even if he can slide up for the 1, that would be even better. Wants to be a little careful with this. He needs 6.
He may even bump the 2 over on this shot.
He wants to be sure that he can see the 14 if he does that. All right, playing for 5. Now, I think he got an angle to come over for the 8 ball right now. And I like that better than playing for the 2 ball next.
He's going to have to spin it pretty good.
Well, I think that's not much of a problem. Well, he can go around the 2 ball too with low right-hand English and get a nice angle on the 2. I think that's what he's doing. Like that. Playing for 4. Now, he can play position for the 1 if he wants to.
I don't know about that. He might be able to.
Or he can float out of there with 2 rails with left English. Oh, I believe he has no trouble backing this up with low right English to go around the 1. Actually, I think he can even stay on the inside of the 1. Like that. Good shot. Playing for 3. Now, if he got as straight as I think he did, he can play to go into the 7 or the 3. You know, in other words, you don't risk missing the 1 ball. You make sure you make that.
No, he's going to just float it down.
Right, you float it down, exactly. Oh, okay, he was a little straighter than we thought even.
He tried to play shape for the 6 ball
Well, he's done that, I think. Playing for 2.
Well, if he misses this ball, he certainly is going to open up the door. Look at all the balls are laying here for
Yeah,
Tang.
they're laying great. Yeah, but I don't think he's going to miss this ball. You know, I don't even worry about this. You just shoot at the nice medium speed, and if he's straight, and just follow the cue ball right over to the side rail there. And if Tang did run out after that, he would have to make the 5 ball that's up at the other end of the table. After playing super position. Well,
he missed it.
And he left Tang a shot. I'll tell you what, this is a pretty good shot here, Billy. He's got 6 balls, but Tang has a good shot here. Now, I think he has a straight-on bank here, and if he can follow this forward for the 10 ball...
Well, if he can follow it forward and move the 6 out of the way.
Oh, he might even be able to do that, right? But, you know, I'd be more worried. The main thing, make this bank. Oh, he let it drift long on him. Got to hit a little firmer than that. Well, I wouldn't even worry about the 9 ball here. I'd bank the 10. Oh, wait a minute. He needs 2, though. Yeah, but he can bank the 10 and play to make it or hang it up.
He's going to do something with that 9.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, I do. I think he's going to do something with that 9 now.
This is too good a shot to pass up if you're one of the world's best players. And if you don't ignore the 9, it makes pocketing the 10 ball tough.
If you were playing him, would you rather see him bank the 10 or do something with the 9?
I'd rather see him do something with the 9.
I wouldn't. I'd rather see him bank the 10.
Well, you don't even have to get away with it if you try to do something with the 9.
That's what I want to see him do, bank the 10. Well, he made it.
Well, it was a very easy shot. I mean, I would expect a player like Efren to make that 9 out of 10. Already playing for 1. Okay. 3-0 Efren, set number 1.
Well, Tang didn't offer much resistance in that first set.
No,
even though he did have opportunities in game 1 and particularly in game number 2.
Yes, he did. Now, how are we going to do this, Pat? Are we just going to stay on the same tape, or are you going to... All right, we'll be back momentarily.
Okay, we're back. This is the second set. Tang Hoa lost the first set. He used his option up to buy back into the tournament. This is set number 2. Race to 3 for the championship of the one-pocket division.
Now, Tang, I think, is going to win the lag this time.
Tang is going to win the lag. Look at the lag, Efren. Efren's lag didn't come within 2 feet of the end cushion. I think that he fell asleep a little bit on that lag, really. Might cost him.
Well, Efren is a great guy. He's real intelligent. He's a lot of fun to be with. He's the kind of guy that often will tip a maid $100 or $200. You know, if he can watch a movie, eat a few hot dogs, play a little chess, I mean, he's in business. But he looks so laid back and so relaxed that I often wonder how he ever pockets a ball. He looks like he's taking a stroll down the country lane or something, you know?
You don't think he's taking Tang Hoa too lightly, do you?
No, he doesn't take anybody lightly. I think Efren looks at life with an ironic eye, kind of like I look at marriage, you know? You're going to have your pitfalls and problems, and you just have to deal with them. And I think he just enjoys himself and plays great pool along the way. Well, here we go again. For Tang Hoa, that's not an auspicious beginning. In fact, the 9 ball might even be dead. Now, here's a type of situation Efren really excels at. Now, he can go over there and see if the 5 goes. If it does, he can slide the cue ball between the 14 and 8, I believe, and have position on the 5.
If the 9's dead, he'll just shoot the 9 now.
Well, sure, if the 9's dead, sure, I mentioned that it might be. Well, he's not lining it up like he's playing the 9 ball. I think he's going to play the 11. Now, most guys would go gently into the 8 here. I don't think he'll do that. Now, look at that. Position for the 5, right? The only thing is here, after he makes the 5 and the 4...
Well, can he make the 5?
I think so, or he doesn't play to get there. But anyway, I don't know what he can play next, because it seems like he would have to be below the 4 ball with the cue ball. Now, Tang has some experience to garner in his young life. In critical matches of this nature, I like to put the cue ball quite a bit farther out in order that I avoid that scratch. I figure a lot of good things can happen to me if I don't scratch. Now, he can draw this and try to hit the, he's got a slight angle, try to hit the 14 or the 2, and he'll have position on the 8. In other words, he's going to draw above the 8 here. Watch this. Like this. And if he hits nothing, he's got a shot. Now, things are starting to look ever more copacetic for the great Efren. The one, I don't think the 14 goes, but he might eventually be able to make this 9 ball. If it wouldn't go by striking the 12 first, it might go by hitting the 10 first or the 1 first. I don't know. 7 goes if he can move the 8. Well, now that he got here,
looks like he's playing the 9.
I don't think he got far enough up to do that, though. He needed to do that with the 10 ball, and he doesn't have that option. I don't believe he can do that unless he hits the 3 into the 10. And if he does that, he can either float behind the 7 or, oh, he was fine. All right, he's playing for 3.
Well, he's making this look easy.
Well, you just can't make that kind of unforced error against Efren. You have to make him battle you for the shots. Make every ball a life and death, one pocket, war. You can't give him ball in hand with the balls broken out with new cloth. He's going to draw off the 10 here, right? Oh, he was able to miss it. And I don't know, he's got a million balls here.
14,
114's
10,
dead.
3.
The 2 might even go. Playing for 2. And it doesn't get much easier than that. The 1 or the 2 here, I think both go. All right, 1-0 Efren.
Well, that was quick.
Yes, it was.
Tang broke the balls. He scratched, left Efren a shot, and that's all. That's all she wrote.
Well, now Efren has been breaking the balls very well, and I don't expect that to change. And now Tang is going to be hard pressed to break service back. And if he doesn't, he's going to look at being down 2-0 again. Okay, here we go. Well, he's got 2 possibilities. He can soft kick the 7 ball, which isn't a bad shot, and the 8 should block Efren from being able to bank to 14.
Or the 1. The 7 should block the bank on the 1.
I like that better than going off the 14 here. See, he doesn't have the angle to make a thick hit on the 14. If he did, that shot might be all right. I don't know what he's looking at doing here, Danny. I mean, Billy.
I don't know what he's looking at either. Surely he's not looking to bank to 9 and go around the table with the cue ball, is he?
Well, that's too small in the area to try to wedge into. And the odds of making a ball or locking Efren up are very long. Well, if he's going to do this, he's got to do it with a thin hit. So easy to make a mistake. Leave a free bank. See, if he can hit the high side of the 8, I don't even think he'll hesitate. He'll bank the 8. He has got so many options here, it's hard to tell which one is best. He's looking to see if anything's dead. I don't believe so. Actually, these balls are not lying good for Tang. I mean, if he wanted to, he could bank this and kind of stop his ball. Right?
Nothing goes in Tang's pocket.
Right, that's what I mean. I'm not saying that's the best shot. It's just one option. That makes pocketing the bank a much higher percentage play. He likes to do that anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
You go down to the end rail. you can control the cue ball, but it's tough to make the bank. Oh, is that close?
Sure was.
Now, if Tang has the shot to hit the 7 across the face of the 1 ball, he's out of this trap, right? And according to just how it lies, he can.
No, not necessarily, because he, I mean, for the most part, yeah, but he could leave a bank, so.
Well, he's looking at pulling the cue ball up there. That's a little high for my taste, but let's see. See, the one bad thing is that nothing really comes close to his pocket here. Unless he does it like that. What a nice shot, nice shot. But Efren will make the 8. See, you got to leave the cue ball exactly on the rail or awfully close to it. Efren just doesn't miss 8 balls like this when he's playing well. I mean, this type of thin cut is a virtual hanger for the talented Filipino.
Well, he didn't hit it as well as he normally does.
Better.
And this shot on the 9 is a difficult one.
Yes, it is. Now, if you hit it, do you draw it? If you draw it, you may not get position on the 1. And if you follow it, it makes it tough to make, and it's almost like an automatic loss if you don't make it. What do you like here?
Oh, I would just shoot the 14 in.
Give me your two-pronged viewpoint. What do you like if you're Efren, and what do you like if you're Cardona?
I like to shoot the 14 in.
I'm just kidding you.
He does too. But Tang should just bank the 7 now.
Right, exactly.
It's the one Tang Ho owed.
Yeah, no,
that was last game.
That was last game.
No, he doesn't.
That's not a good shot to 1 ball here. Takes a perfect hit to make it.
No, that's not a good shot.
The 5 banks, the 9 banks, the 3 and 9 go. 5 off the 10. I don't know about this. This takes a.
It could be okay. Well, he's giving himself a chance here, figuring that that's his only chance, falling behind 1-0 after losing the first set, 3-0. He might as well just go ahead and play some offensive 1 pocket to see if he can put a barrage on Reyes and slow him down a little bit.
He's got a shot here to combination bank to 7, but I don't think he'll do that either. But I don't know what he can do with this 13. It's hard to miss the 1 ball. If he banks it, and it's hard to get any speed on it too, because he's over a ball. No way to hit this with low English or anything. No way to get behind the 1-5 here.
He's looking at doing something simple with the 11.
He's looking at what?
I thought he was looking at the 11 to do something simple with it.
Well, he can't, though. I don't think he can hit a full 11. All he can hit is his right of it, if he were standing up table there. He's looking at this. See, this is not a bad shot here. But he's got to watch the 3 ball. Where's the 3 go? He's pretty fortunate that that came out as well as it did. That could have been disaster. Well, I like banking the 3 into the 1-5 here and putting the cue ball up around the side pocket. Do you see anything any better?
No, that seems to be what the table offers right here. So
exactly. Just like this, and if you can catch the 5 like that, I would have gone a little higher with it.
Well, he did his best,
Yeah, well, I might have ended up just like he did. I think he was trying perhaps to go a little higher. Now the 5, I mean the 9 ball banks here, but it's hard to control the cue ball. Now, if he tries to go 3 rails, I don't think he can get it short enough to get the cue ball safe. Not and make the bank. Well, we'll see. High ball, left English, wants to go 4 rails and hit just above the 5.
He's going to push some balls over there, too.
Well, see here, it just didn't lay right for that, I didn't think.
Well,
now,
he's opened the door up for Tang.
Well,
This is game number 2.
If he doesn't take advantage here, Billy, you know, it's all over in my view. Now, I like playing position for the 3 here. The 3 messes everything up for him. If he moves the 3, the 15 goes, the 13 goes. I'd play position for the 3 and the 9. But I would hope that I would get on the 3 ball so I can get rid of it.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. He can follow down.
Now, this is beautiful.
Well, no.
Well, I didn't mean to be exactly over the ball.
No, he's pretty jacked here.
Well,
now
he can play the 9 first and
like.
the 3.
He's going to have to play the 9 here.
Right, I said the 9 first and the 3. And that's what he's looking at. He's got room to make it, I think.
If he can't make the 9, he's got problems. I didn't really see anything wrong with shooting the 9 afterwards and following him between the 1-3, then playing the 3, come around for the 13.
Okay, well, he may not see making the 9 as a problem. He might not think he can get above the 3 and make it. I thought that was an easy thing, but now, see, he wants to get an angle on the 13 where he doesn't have to hit the 2 thickly. I'd want to get an angle where I could use a high ball and float forward and brush the 11. Or this is okay. This is even better.
Well,
I didn't see he had that good an angle.
Too. The 15 goes from there, but he may not get another shot if he after that.
All right. Does Efren have any balls?
Oh, this is fine if he can hit the. He should get another shot if he draws the ball here. Huh, Grady? Draws it. And then draws it to the side.
Well, he can't
cushion.
follow it because if he hits the 10 first and then the 12, the cue ball comes forward and he could even scratch. He's looking at this now. Now, he might be able to have the 11 next. Let's see what he does here. Well, he's got a shot here. I think he's got a combination on the 11. He doesn't owe anything. Nothing goes on the spot. And I would try to, if I see it right, draw into the 6 ball easily. This looks perfect to me. And if I'm playing this shot, I want to pretend the 12's a cue ball, and if so, a touch of left English on it, so a touch of right English on the cue ball. Nothing cute, just knock it over by my pocket. I think it goes. Now he's probably playing for 1. You know, I'd keep the heat on Efren. I just 2-rail a 7 ball up here.
Playing for 1, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Playing for 1, maybe not.
Well, just like that, that's hard to beat. Gonna make. All right, I think he's playing for 1. Hey, this is such a mesmerizing game. If the 13 weren't there, Efren could pocket the 4 with a combination hitting the 10 first. The 10 banks towards his pocket. The 4 goes on the spot, and he's got every ball in play. He may do it anyway. Like that.
That's what I was talking about, playing for 1. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, you're right.
When you
Some
need
funny
1
things can
ball,
happen.
you might as well just go ahead and, look at all the balls where they're laying here. The 2, 12 favor Efren's pocket. The 4 favors Efren's pocket.
Okay, well, I agree with you wholeheartedly.
The 10 ball is the right shot to shoot here.
Right. If he can hit that on his right enough to pocket it, that's the right shot. Now, Nick had a shot like this yesterday. I forget who he was playing, and overcut it pretty badly.
You don't want to overcut this ball. You want to undercut it with
Exactly.
With
If
a little
you miss
speed.
it, you want to miss it thick.
Right.
And it's awfully hard to leave any kind of bank unless you just hit the shot way too hard.
What is he looking at, that combination?
Well, I would look to see if it's on. You never know. It could accidentally be on.
Looks like he's going to play that combination, Grady.
Well, it's all right with me.
What about the cue ball?
Well, I don't know. Let's see what he thinks here. Oh, he's played 10. Good shot.
Well, he must need another one.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, maybe not.
I thought he was out, but 5, 6, 7, 8.
He's out.
Well, he won one. He got on the board. We're tied up 1 game apiece, and it's Tang Ho's break.
Yeah, see, I don't too rail the 7. You see how easily he could have lost that game? You're playing Efren Reyes. You're not playing the butcher, the electrician, or whatever. You're playing Efren Reyes. So therefore, you need 1 ball. There's already 2 out of play, kind of. Put another one out of play. You know, I mean, make him earn that game.
Well, you know, your point is well taken. He could easily have lost that game the way they all ended up.
Now, he should have learned something from the first time.
Yeah, exactly.
The balls.
Now, if he doesn't make a correction here, it's his own fault. All right, good. He's moving it out. Now, I'd hit it a little firmer. Make sure you hit more of the first ball. It's missing the head ball and hitting the second one full in the face that causes you to scratch.
Now, he's left in my bank, it looks like, on a 3.
I don't think he can bank it, but he's not in any trouble. He can at least get out of the break.
It looked like a decent break. You know, he's got the ball's nicely positioned. If he does come up with a shot off of the break, the balls certainly are positioned nicely for him. The 6 off the 5?
No, you can't hit it thick enough, I don't believe.
I don't know. It looks pretty good. If he shoots it, you know, with a high ball, you know, he's going to...
Now, that's a good point Billy brought up. You can transfer English from the cue ball to the object ball, but when you're talking about high and low, it's not much. All right, let's see. I think it's going to hit the end rail.
He's cutting at it. Nope.
See, it hits the end rail. I didn't think that would go.
Oh, he was pretty fortunate to get away with the way he got away with it.
Well, he not only got away with it, he's got him in trouble. But I'm not even going to hesitate here. I'm banking the 1, and if I don't win, well, I just lose my money. And I'm going to hit it just a nice medium speed so it won't lengthen out on me. I'm not even going to consider the 6 ball. Now, he's looking at this.
He shook his head in disgust like he doesn't like it.
Well, the 4 is just slightly in the way, but he can get around the 4. It's a nice medium speed.
Now he's looking to hit the 12 into the 6.
Well, I think he has to shoot to win here. Hitting the 12 into the 6 doesn't give him any purchase. There's no place to go with the cue ball comfortably. Is that cuttable?
We'll soon find out. And what is he going to shoot next?
Well, he'd have a shot unless he just laid the cue ball all the way up by the far left-hand corner.
I'd scuff up my tip before shooting this shot.
Yeah, this is a tough shot.
He's going to have to really hit the outside of the cue ball to turn that 3 into the pocket. Quite often, the player will miscue trying to English the 3 in. So therefore, if I was going to shoot this shot, I'd get the cue tapper.
Yeah, you're right.
Scuffing my tip up.
Well, this is a tough shot. Elevated, low left, digging into it, and it didn't quite go. Is Tang going to get a roll? No. Well, I can't believe we didn't bank the 1 there.
Efren has a decision to make. Does he play the 6 or the combination?
Well, if he plays the 6, the only other ball that I see that he can get on is a 4. And I mean, if he comes over and tries to get on the 2 ball, well, now see, boy, that was risky. Now I don't believe the 14 goes.
No, it looks like it has a half a pocket.
Patent informs us that it goes. Well, if he's got a full pocket on this 14, I just can't see. Well, he's not hesitating. Well, if it does go, he can play position on the 2 ball. Well, that's probably racky-sacky now, would be my guess. He's playing for 6. He's going going to punch the 12 forward a bit here.
Well, that's not, you know, I mean, he's still got some work here because after he's got a tough angle on the 12 ball here. He'd like to be on the other side of the 12 because he's going to be on the wrong side of the 4. So he doesn't have to run out from here, you know. He's got a lot of work here. If I were him, I'd think about playing for a position on a ball other than the 4 right here.
Well, I don't know that he can. He could play position on the 8. Now, he'll probably go up here and look at this. Now, the 13, 15, 11, all go in his pocket. Now, playing for the 8 is okay. But I don't know that I would like to go 1 rail here. I might go 3 rails if I have the angle to do that.
Okay, now it looks like he's got the angle to drop for the 5, because
yeah,
see, he's got the 7 there.
Yeah, I would go 2 rails into the 7 gently. Well, Tang did not get a break. I think the 5 goes fine. I think he's playing for 3 here.
Does Tang have a ball?
No, I don't think he does.
Okay, he's playing for 3.
No, I don't believe he's made a ball. He's got to go down to the end rail and back up, I believe, here. Well, that's going to be too easy, I think. No, maybe not. Keeps coming.
Yeah, he's going to shoot the 2. Looks like he's got the angle to scratch in the side.
Right, exactly. So he's got to elevate the cue a little bit.
Elevate, and if that's the case, he'll probably lose his market on position.
Well, he can play position. Well, if he elevates the cue, what Billy's saying is that the cue ball figures to maybe go into the 10 ball.
Right.
He'd like to play position on the 8 here. Mm-hmm. If the cue ball has to go past the side, which I think it does, he'll be playing position on the 8 ball.
This shot is very missable considering what he has to do with the cue ball here.
I see the 10's in the way. Okay.
Right. Now he's gotten himself in a little bit of trouble here.
Well, he only needs 1, so that's to his advantage.
Well, he...
If the scratch in the side pocket isn't on, he can take a cut at the 8 ball.
I don't know about that. Maybe he can take a... I don't know about taking a shot at the 8 here.
Well, the balls aren't lying all that well for Tang Ho.
Mm-hmm. So there's no sense of changing the way they land. So.
Or another good shot, he could cut the 9 ball into the 3 ball and the cue ball back up the table.
Maybe the billiard here.
Oh, yeah, the 7 is in the way a little bit.
Look at this.
Look at this. It isn't. That's something.
Well, he got away with a lot there. He got away with a lot there. I mean, he tied up the 9. He tied up the 13-15.
Well, if the 13-15 won't go, I wouldn't shrug Tang. Try to make the 7. Try to make the 7 into the 3 now, and try to hit the high side of the 13. Try to hit the 13.
I'd shoot the 13-15 into the 3 now. I think.
But I'm saying I don't think that's on, or he wouldn't have been shrugging.
I think that he can make it. I think that he can do it now.
Well, if he can, then I wouldn't. What is this? Now, that's the shot I was talking about. Okay, he's got 1. But this is touchy here, Billy. This is a tough shot.
Hey, this is what he gets paid for. He's a good shot maker. He's got a shot. I mean, it's touchy. This is touchy. This is what he gets. This is the strength of his game right here. So go ahead and take care of business.
Well, If he shoots the 13 into the 7, that's the easiest shot. But then he's got a problem with the 15, which blocks the 8. If he plays the 15 into the 7, it's a harder shot, but he's got a more likely chance to
well, he's going to play the
balls.
15 possibly off the 7, play position for the 11.
All right, now, if the 8...
Now nothing goes.
Well,
I don't think anything goes there.
Well, he's got a lot of shots here, though. He can play the combination. He may have a half a pocket on this 8. I don't know. The way he looked at that. Let's see. Oh, he played the combination. Nice shot, Tang. Nice shot.
This is what he gets paid for. Even though it's touchy for you, touchy for me. But for a young player like Tang Ho, who's eager and got great eyes, it's something that he gets paid off for.
Well, now it's tougher and tougher, though. I don't like the angle he's got here. If he plays a combination, funny things can happen. But that might be the right shot. Drawing the cue ball out of there is rough.
Well, it looks like he's got a little bit of an angle.
Yeah, he does. You try to draw it back between the 11 and 13. Pretty shot if he can do it. He did it, but he went too far.
Maybe he may have gone really too far. I was talking about an angle to follow with 3 cushions around.
Oh, he didn't have that angle, I don't think. Oh, boy. Well,
I don't know what he plans on doing with the 9.
Well, if he can bank it and hit the outside of it and send the cue ball 2 rails back between the 11 and 13, he's in business. He's like this. That's a nice shot. He might even make it.
Get on the rail, he said, and it does.
That's about as pretty a one-pocket shot as you'll ever see, my friend.
It certainly is.
It was aggressive and creative.
And he's got a chance. All of a sudden, he has a chance.
Well, Efren has to slow kick this 9 ball. I mean, I don't see any other shot there. If he knocks it out of there firmly, I think he's lost his mind. Now, if the 9 gets up and he's got his bank on a 9, boy, that'd be a shot to win.
Well, he can bank the 13 inside of the 10. Bank it to the inside of the 10. That'll give him a little more speed with the cue ball. He don't have to bank it to make it, but if he banks it to the inside of the 10, the cue ball then goes to the side cushion and then toward the 10, utilizing the 9 and the 11 as blockers, if he's able to bank it and hit it accurately.
Well, that's an awfully tough shot.
Well, I mean, it's there. It's there.
Well, Efren's a little fortunate there. I mean, the 9 ball goes another half inch or an inch there, and boy, Tang's got a free shot to win the game.
I don't bank I don't bank it thickly like he's doing. I don't do this at all. No, I think he needed to do something a little more offensive there.
Yeah, I think so too.
Now he may even have left Efren a free 2-railer on the 10.
Well, he's looking at it.
It might be free. The 11 might not be able to go because of the position of the 9. And if that's the case, this shot is free.
Okay, that's what he's going to shoot.
And if he could make the 9, which I doubt it, then he could go down table for the bank on the 10. But I don't think he can make the 9. No, the 13's in the way. And he's thinking about the combination, and that's no good. He just got to take the 10 off.
That's way off angle there. And furthermore, he can't get the cue ball to the side rail.
He's got to take it out. He's going underneath the 10. He's got to be careful here. I think he's gotten the extra roll out of the 10. Now I don't believe Reyes can shoot the 10.
Well, if he shoots it, he'd have to hit it with low left.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, that's a really risky shot.
Sure, he can double the corner.
A lot of strange things can happen.
And it can
double the corner, it can go twice in the corner. Yeah, the ball count is Tang Ho needs them all.
Well, he's opting to bank the 10 here. If he misses the 13, it won't be by much.
Awfully nice hit.
It came out at the end.
Well, he's going to have to try to take this out.
Now, this is the shot I think that he can roll and get the double kiss with.
He doesn't know this shot, I don't think. Oh, what a great shot.
Well, he doesn't have to know it. He hit it awfully well.
What a great shot.
If he knew it, he couldn't have possibly have done that well.
I think it was too close to the pocket anyway for our shot, Billy. There, yeah, it really was.
Reyes doesn't want to fool with the...
Well, now look at this. He can't hit the left or the right side of these balls comfortably. I don't like any part of this if I'm Efren. His only shot, as I see it, is to thin the 9 or 13 and come all the way back down the table. Do you see anything else?
No, but he's liable to leave him a free three-reeler on the 13 here.
Well, he's liable to leave him lots of things.
Yeah, he went off the 13. I thought he could see that.
As soon as Tang Ho shoots, we'll change the take rapidly, and we'll be right back with you. I saw that shot, Billy. That took guts.
He did knock the 10 ball out of position, but I think at that instant it was a fair trade-off.
Well, I tell you what, son. I might take kick to 13.
Yeah, back kicking to 13 is a good shot. You don't have to hit it hard. Just
well, I don't want to hit it hard enough to make the 10 anyway.
Get the 13 in play. That's all. Just put the 13 in play.
Right English, use a little right English. That'd make your cue ball maybe stay to the right just a touch where you don't tempt him to shoot the other
That's
ball.
all you need to do. A little brush there will be fine. But he's done his job, back kicking the 13, getting that ball in play. Now he's got three of the four balls in play. Efren figures to bank the 13 to his left, trying to reposition the cue ball somewhere behind the 11.
And he needs to get it there too. Tang's right in this game.
Oh, he was lucky at...
Well, he left him a bank here. I don't know if they play my rules on the push shots or not here. See, I allow everybody to shoot through these if they elevate the cue.
He's calling the tournament director, obviously, to call.
But if I'm not mistaken, I think they're playing my one pocket rules here. We'll find out. I have always played that shooting through this is okay if you elevate the cue.
I don't try to shoot it like this and get fancy.
You can't do that. This makes a big difference too, because this is an even money bank if he's allowed to go forward with the cue ball.
Another shot that's there is he can just very thinly hit the 10 ball, getting it off that point and using the 9 as a blocker, setting the cue ball down.
But what he's got to watch is he doesn't go over there and leave him a shot on the 13.
Right, but I'm talking about what takes a good thin hit.
See, if he hits it too easy, he leaves a 9. If he hits it too hard, he leaves a 13. Well, here comes David Vandenberg to make this call. And we'll know in just a minute what he's going to do. Well, now if he does, if he does this, he can't make it. I don't know what he's doing here.
This is, I don't think it's the right way to play
I don't
this
see
shot.
anything good that can happen here.
Well, I just don't understand why he did that if they're playing your rules.
Well, he might not have known that. I don't know. Well, if I'm Efren here, I'm just knocking the 11 out of there. Now he can bank the 11 here, can't he?
Yeah, he's got to go for the 11 here. But it's hard to hit it. You want to hit it thickly.
Exactly.
You don't want to hit it. You want to hit it with the speed, not to sell out the 9.
I'm not really trying to make it here, and
he's looking to two-rail the 11. This is totally wrong.
Well, the 13's in the way. He can't do that anyway.
Yeah, well, that's what he's looking to do, and then he's got to be concerned about controlling the cue ball too.
I think he's going to one-rail this.
I don't think so. This is a very haphazard shot he's shooting here.
Well, you're right. That's going to cost him
And he
the game.
can't control the cue ball either. See, two
boy.
things he couldn't do, and he proved it, as it was evidence. He couldn't control the 11, and he couldn't control the cue ball. So obviously he shot the wrong shot, and when he could have just one-railed it. That last shot when he was at the table, I think more or less confused him when he just hit it so poorly. The one that he shot before. He shot the shot that cost him the game.
All right, Efren goes ahead 2-1.
This is an awfully big game for Ho here, Tang Ho, and if he can break service here, then he'll be breaking them in the fifth and final game.
Right.
But it really doesn't look good for Tang Ho, considering how he fared the last two times he was at the table. You know, he had a good chance of getting back into this game, or the last game, and
Well, he's getting outmanaged pretty badly. Well, he can kick the 12 softly or go off to 15 easy. He may not have an angle. I thought he did. Well, this time he didn't get lucky, and I think this tournament title is going to Efren Reyes. I consider it highly unlikely.
does Efren have a shot?
Well, I thought he did. Doesn't he have the 14 straight in?
I don't know. I don't know if he does.
Yeah, I believe he does. Maybe not. Well, I guess he can't make it. I thought he was straight in. He wants to, well, he's just going to bank this ball, it looks like. He's not going to make it either. Well, I tell you what, Tang Ho should be ecstatic at this opportunity here. Now, what do you like here?
Well, I don't know. Banking that 11 right now, it might not be that bad of a shot.
He hasn't looked at that. That's a great shot, especially if he could go into the 13 with the cue ball, right?
Because he's going to be hard-pressed getting more than the 15 and the 12.
Well, he should come over to the other side of the table and look at that. Yeah, you're right. That's a really good shot, Billy.
Unless he plays the 12-15 combination right now.
Well, yeah, but then he can't do anything with the cue ball. None of that other stuff goes, and
he can play the 12-15 combination, knocking the 14 out of there, and then opening up the rack a little more for possibilities. I like your shot. Now, I can't tell for sure that he's got enough room to hit it past the 14, but if he did, that would be the shot. Geez, he's got like a 4-inch area to hit there and make a ball, probably. Although there's one little way that he could hit underneath it and have the balls kind of double kiss and nothing goes. I don't know what he's doing here. Let's see. I don't even think he got where he can bank the 11, did he? He's stiff now. He's stiff. Is he going to try to force this shot?
No, there's no force to this. You can't force it. Only way you can make this bank is to cross it, and I don't think he's got the angle for that.
Well, he should have really thought about what he had a couple better shots than that. This is no good here.
Well, he's going to have a hard time winning the game running one from there. I don't know. I mean, of course, he's got Efren in a little bit of trouble here, but Now, Efren can go off the 7 down to the end rail and then over beyond the 11. That's one possibility.
Well, I'd like to see him do that. At least he'll open up balls on Tang's side of the table.
This will be a good matchup too. First player just finished tied for 3rd place in the one pocket division. He plays all games great. He's a former U.S. Open one pocket champion. He resides in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Put your hands together.
I don't see that he's got much else here.
And his opponent is a big
Like this, right?
is the promoter of the huge college ball tournament. He resides in Richmond, Virginia. Mr. Bill Steven, right here. Bill Steven and Joyner. Moving to table.
Now, he may have the 14 straight on. And if so, I'd go all out to make the bank here. I'd throw caution to the winds. And, you know, if you don't make the bank, you're probably not going to win the set. But I don't know that he'll get a better shot than that if he can do that.
He's not going to shoot it.
Well, this is no good if he lets him see the 11. He's got to, like, put it right behind the 13 ball. All right, that's a good shot. Now he's going to end up back in the same place, I believe, that he just was.
I'd like to see him come off the 13. If he comes off the 13, then Tang can put him up table, utilizing the 9 as a blocker if he has to.
Well, there's no reason for him to move to 13. That's the closest ball to his pocket. He can do the same. Well, he did. Well, there's not much here. Thinning the 11 is really hard. You're just leaving a bank on the 11 or the 12. There's nothing on the 2 ball. You can take a scratch.
How about stopping, shooting the 6 and stopping on the 5? If
well, I look at that. I don't know if he can hit that much at a 6. And that's really risky. He's got to elevate the cue. And it doesn't do anything to Efren. He can still skin the 5 ball, and if he had to, or a lot of things he can do.
Well, if he can do it, at least he'll buy a little time. He don't like the position he's in now.
Well, I don't like this shot. I'd take a scratch before I did this.
I'd take a look at that 6 and see if I could position that ball on the 8-5. Looks like he's going to take a scratch.
He's thinning the 11. Actually, I tell you what, he made a great shot there. Look what he did. That's a nice shot. Ball count: Tang HOA 1, Efren none.
Well, he's back in the 7.
Well, he's going to hit the bottom side of the 5 like that, and he's got a... Okay. Now it's all over, probably. He's got a lot of shots here. I think he can make the 14. For sure he can make the 4. And once the 4 and 13 are gone, the 8-10 combination is dead. Okay. Maybe he went a hair too far. He's acting like he can't make the 13, or he's got it twisted. He's still fine, though. All he's got to do is make the 3 ball. Two balls to one, Efren Reyes. 2 games to 1, Reyes. And this 3 out of 5 for the title. I think he's going to play to go into the 10 ball maybe, or just below the 10, either one. Oh, I don't.
That was awfully close there.
He was very lucky there. Very lucky. He played the cue ball to go past the side and position on the 2 and the 9.
The 6 passes, doesn't it?
Well, if it doesn't, he could have some problems here, but he's looking at where he wants to put the cue ball after he makes the 6 here, I think, so obviously there's not much of a problem. He missed this.
And it may have come out far enough, maybe, for a bank.
It did. Now, if you're Tang, aren't you delighted? I mean, don't you think it's all over?
I don't think it came out far enough for a bank.
Oh, I do. I do. But you got to remember that these pockets, this tournament, not saying anything bad, it's great equipment. They've been coming up. So I'd go ahead and twist this in. I wouldn't just completely lag it. I'd use a low ball, touch of right English, just a nice medium speed. Put the cue ball up about the 2nd diamond on Efren's side of the table. Just like that. Nice shot.
Well, it was a good shot, and if he can clear that 11 off the table, he certainly is going to open up the pocket for all the balls.
Tang needs 6. Now, it's critical
The
here whether
13
the
is a
12
good
goes.
shot.
I don't know if the 12 goes.
The 13, I think, may be the correct ball to shoot if he's comfortable shooting it.
Yeah, I don't think it goes, but this does. The 12 goes. And don't get over a ball. Now, he's all right here. The only way you can mess this up is get straight in on the 5.
Well, the angle.
Oh, wait a minute. I take that back.
The angle's too thin to get
yeah,
straight in on
it's
the
a
5.
little steeper angle than he wanted. And I don't think he can use any inside English and stay inside the 5.
No, he's going to end up near the 2 here. You don't want to go on top of the.
Well, oh, boy.
He is certainly.
He's struggling, isn't he?
Yeah, he has had some great opportunities.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for better shots. And he's not taking enough time to make sure he gets quality position either, Bill.
If he opts to bank this 13, he has to be very careful he doesn't scratch.
I'd bank the other one before I'd bank the 13. He probably will scratch off that other ball if he banks the 13.
This is a risky shot.
Oh, boy.
He's just not thinking.
He just gave himself no
He's
chance
not
at
thinking,
all to
no.
win.
He's just not thinking.
Man, oh, man, oh, man.
He's just not thinking. He had some opportunities, and this would have tied it up, the match that is, and he would have been breaking in the final game.
All right, Efren needs 5. Now you play position on the 9 ball here. Just laying it right over on the rail. Then when he makes the 9, he can float over. Or he's got the combination on the 10 apparently. Okay, playing for 3. Playing for 2. Might add that this great tape is available by simply calling 1-800-828-0397, or you may decide to purchase some of the other products in the great ACCUSTATS library. And when this match is over, we're going to take a short pause and we'll do an on-camera interview. Playing for 1. And for Tang Ho, it was a nice tournament. It just was not meant to be tonight. And Billy, I want to tell you again what a pleasure it's been to work with you, and we'll do more of this in the future.
All righty.
And
Efren seems pretty happy, elated. Tang Hoa, on the other hand, a little dejected, but he had a good tournament, though.
Yeah, he had a very nice tournament.
All right, we'll be right back in a few minutes with Efren Reyes. And Grady will ask him some questions, see what he has to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to make the presentation for the Derby City Classic in the one pocket division. With me is runner-up Tang Hoa from Los Angeles, California. Tang, there you go. And the amount of the money is $2,600. You want to count it down? Okay. We have a hand once again for Tang Hoa, Los Angeles, California. Thank you very much. And this gentleman with me is David Van, co-director of the event. And ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to bring out Efren Reyes. He's the winner of the tournament from the Republic of the Philippines. One more time, we have a hand for our one-pocket champion, Efren Reyes. Efren, 4,500 American. Boy, that went south quick. He's wearing this Camel Pro Billiards Series 8-ball World 8-ball champion jacket. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Efren Reyes, a magician for the Republic of the Philippines. Congratulations. You want to say a few words? Okay, we'll go for that. All right, now we're going to turn around and take some pictures here. Efren, take one out.
Well, from all of us at ACCUSTATS, Efren, congratulations, and you proved again why, in the opinion of many experts, you're the greatest player in the world. Nice tournament, nice win.
Oh, just lucky, because every time he shot, he
give
give me a shot. This time when I play one pocket, I play two, but here, in the beginning. But this I get lucky only,
Well, I didn't think you were lucky. You took advantage of the mistakes that he made. At any rate, this is a nice title to add to your impressive list of tournament wins, and we enjoyed watching you.
Well, I try to do my move, but every time he give me a shot, I beat him for moving only because experience.
Well, yeah, this is his first chance to win a one-pocket tournament, and he'll be back in more tournaments because he's a fine player.
Well, Tango, every time I play Tango, he beat me, even in 9-ball. How many times he beat me playing 9-ball in the tournament? 3 times. In one pocket, he beat me.
Yeah, he beat you earlier in the tournament, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he beat me in my first match.
Well, anyway, we all enjoy watching you play all the time. You're a credit to our great sport, and I'd like to shake your hand, and we wish you luck in the 9-ball tournament, too.
Thanks very much.
All right, with those thoughts in mind, I think we'll bid everybody good evening.